Thank you, Chairman Leach, Vice Chair Johnson, members of the committee. My name is Ware Wendell. I'm the Executive Director of Texas Watch. We are opposed to the legislation. For nearly 25 years, Texas Watch, a nonpartisan nonprofit, has advocated for consumers in our courts because we see our courts as a level playing field where our rights are protected. You've heard some reference to the history, but I don't think we understand the gravity of it yet. As free citizens in the Western world, we have possessed these rights since the 12th century. They date back to the 12th century in England. Important developments were made in the 14th and the 16th centuries. And as you heard, when you give up a right, you rarely, if ever, get it back. Public nuisance has a branding problem. It sounds like little stuff. It's big stuff. It's the biggest harm. It's the most widespread harm that's affecting the entire community, your people, your property. Representative Flores, you raised the point about regulatory failure. I want to read a quote to you from the leading law review article, which was just published in January by Professor Leslie Kendrick at the University of Virginia Law School. Quote, historically, public nuisance has long addressed problems such as harmful products. Doctrinally, it accords better with the tort system than is commonly recognized, and institutionally, it functions as a response to non-ideal conditions, specifically where regulatory mechanisms underperform. We had regulatory failure with Big Pharma pushing opioids on the public. They got everything that they wanted through. They greased a bunch of palms, and drugs that were originally there for breakthrough pain and hospice were unleashed on the public. And you can see that story written across our entire country on the faces of people wandering our streets and under our bridges. That is the cost. If you're following Ohio like I am, people are so mad. The pitchforks are out. They do not want their homes poisoned. If this bill passes, damages will be socialized. Profits are privatized, but damages are socialized, spread throughout the community. And this amounts to a tax hike. It's a toxic tax hike. Public nuisance for centuries has been very important for law and order. On the criminal side, we should never defund the police. On the civil side, we should never handcuff our city and county attorneys. You heard reference to Chapter 125 of the Civil Practice and Remedies Code. That's how we get at gangs and drug dealers. I would direct you to 100C.003 of the bill, where our government cannot recover economic damages, exemplary damages. I'm out of time. Happy to take any questions.
Go ahead and finish your thought. Where?
The state of Florida has recently filed suit to protect its citizens on those forever chemicals, those carcinogens that you heard about in firefighting foam. I never want the state of Florida to do more to protect their citizens than Texas does in protecting our citizens. Justice Boyd's opinion for the court in Crosstex versus Gardner is a treatise on nuisance. Let's leave this to our courts. This is a matter of public law. Thank you.
Thank you. Where members, any questions?